Hi everybody, this is Sonia again, and I have again going to speak about Montessori learning that I read about. So I'm still in the chapter of conquest of learning. So in that, what Maria Montessori is saying, the attachment with the environment is very important. The child should not be in a prison kind of an environment, because child makes kind of an impression. So what animals, the other mammals, they have kind of a photographic memory. We don't take anything as a photographic memory. We take any reaction or any experience as an impression in our brain, and that impression lasts. So Maria Montessori says that don't make the child a prison at home. Surround itself with a good environment, a very civilized environment, a very cultured environment. And she has a very a poor impression about the Western upbringing. What she says that the attachment of the mother is more in the poorer countries or in the underdeveloped countries or developing countries than in the Western countries or developed countries, because they outsource it to a nanny who doesn't even belong to their culture, who doesn't even belong to their taste. So the connection between the mother and the child is not there, and that's the reason the rich, they have so much of unrest issues, unlike the poorer countries and the poorer sector of population. Because in the poor sector, you cannot outsource the responsibility to a nurse, and that's the reason you have to take care of your own child, and you have to be always attached with the child. Even though you keep a help, but still you will always monitor the child every now and then, whether the child is rightly fed, whether the child is going to a particular activity. So you will be constant in involvement with the child is much more in the poorer and underdeveloped countries than in the developed countries. So Maria Montessori says that that's a better way of bringing up the child, because the connection between the mother and the child is kind of a magnetic, as I spoke in my last video. So the importance between the mother and the child. So the moment the child is born, it is like a one entity, even though it's like two bodies, but still it's like one entity. The mother and the child is like one entity. That's the reason the connection between the mother and the child is very important in the first 3 years of development, and the child should be constantly in touch with the mother, and the responsibility should not be outsourced. When I say responsibility should not be outsourced, even though if you keep a help, it should be like constant. You should be under constant monitoring the child. You should take certain responsibility, like feeding the child, or giving the child a bath. So even though if you have a help, so that's the better way of having a psychochemical impression on the brain, what Maria Montessori says. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe, share and like.